A little longer.
No! Is this my fate?
Bizbag's with me now.
Oh, okay, we're doing this now? Now.
Argent will turn back and he'll open the door.
You stupid, stupid boy.
Well, then let's drag it out into the light. This is a adventure.
8.
1 fail.
Oh my god! Half could still do it.
Half could do it.
Half could still do it.
Man, filming these Dungeon Delve episodes is a ton of fun. It's also a lot of work. I'm on my feet getting cameras and mics set up and then sitting for a few hours to DM. Then standing and then running around. You may not be able to tell, but I tried to stay as comfortable as possible. So when I wake up at 7 a.m. to play the Sunless Citadel, you know I'm putting on my MeUndies. Having breathable, stretchy underwear makes my life so much easier. Seriously, you don't realize how much it contributes. Wearing extremely comfortable underwear is amazing. MeUndies has so much versatility, style, and cool products that you can find something that suits you perfectly. MeUndies also has hundreds of 5-star reviews. They use sustainably sourced materials and they work with partners that care for their workers. And if you're not happy with your first pair of MeUndies, well then it's on MeUndies. You get a full refund, so it's absolutely risk-free, so give it a try. Be your most comfortable self this fall with MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping when you go to MeUndies.com/fireball and use promo code FIREBALL. I love progression. Your character starting as this nobody with a couple of abilities, and then through hardships, trials, and adventure, they become someone entirely new and more powerful, and it's one of my favorite things about role-playing games. So that's why we start here, right? At step 1? No! It's actually pretty unpopular to start Dungeons & Dragons at level 1. In fact, most people in groups that I know like to start their games at level 3. Now, why is that? If you want to experience the totality of your character's progression from the beginning to the end, you'd figure that beginning at level 1 would be the optimal experience. But no, I've heard phrases thrown around like tutorial levels and it's too easy to die and not enough options. Well, I'm not one of those people. I have a lot of arguments as to why levels 1 to 3 are not only important, but no one realizes how fun they can be. And I'm not going to use my own personal experience to fuel this argument. No, I'm going to prove it with one of the most renowned Dungeons & Dragons starter modules ever, the Sunless Citadel. Written by Bruce R. Cordell, heralded as a great starting adventure for DMs to get their feet wet, and an excellent way to introduce players into D&D. Originally debuting in Y2K for 3rd edition, Alex DeMoris wrote, "The Sunless Citadel is a basic dungeon-based adventure that would be best run by new game masters and fresh-faced players." And James Landry also wrote, "The Sunless Citadel is a good starting adventure that will teach new players a lot of elements of the game and give old hands something interesting to play. The plot for a dungeon crawl is fairly involved and leads to future adventures." And upon the release of Tales from the Yawning Portal, the 3rd edition adventure was updated to the 5th edition rules. J.R. Zambrano gave in his review, "There's a little bit of everything. If you are looking to get people into the game or want a fun tutorial level, this module is a great start. It even culminates in a difficult boss fight. Bellic and his bros mean business." I couldn't think of a better, elegant, nor more simple, low-level module to run for this experiment. No homebrew, no rules to make it easier, and I'm not going to run an adventure that's built for this sort of thing that would make this whole thing infinitely more fun. No! Default 2014 5e D&D. Level 1 is fun and important. The Sunless Citadel, exactly as it's written. And after the Tomb of Horrors, my friends were basically begging me to play again. Welcome to Dungeon Delve, where we prove the fun and put the modules to the test. So the Sunless Citadel pits our humble level 1 adventurers against an ancient fortress that sunk into the earth a long time ago. In the nearby town of Oakhurst, the inhabitants play host to goblins that do not seek their destruction, but instead an accord. From this nearby Sunless Citadel, they bring magical fruit that can cure any ailment. And for the past 12 years, the people of Oakhurst have long wondered the true nature of these fruits. Their seeds grow nothing but bramble, and the goblins are tight-lipped. They only know that these goblins surface from the enormous crevice nearby. In its depths are the ruins of the Sunless Citadel. This is where the adventure begins! Our party begins in Oakhurst, where there are shops and characters and shops to interact with. And this is all fine and good, but none of Oakhurst really serves the rest of the dungeon itself, except for providing plot hooks for the characters. A plot hook is basically a way for a character to become involved in the plot of the adventure. For example, Pepper's character is looking for two people who went missing when they delved into the Sunless Citadel. Talgan and Sharwin Herseal. Huckreal? Hucrail? Hugh Crayley? Hugh Crayley sounds cool. So we don't spend much time in Oakhurst, as everyone already has their various plot hooks, so the party heads off in the direction of the Sunless Citadel. So let's meet some of our fearless adventurers.
Hi, I'm Pepper, and I'm playing Fontaine. He's a drow rogue, and I'm looking for somebody. A pair of somebodies down here.
What's up, guys? My name is Jack, and I am playing Argent Sunsinger, the silver dragonborn light domain cleric of Lathander. I am here seeking glory, fortune, and to bring the light of my Lord Lathander to this dark place.
I'm Emma. I'm playing Steven, the small human bard, and he's here to... He doesn't know why he's here, actually. He maybe find some secrets, maybe discover something, but yeah, he's kind of just along for the good time.
Hi, I'm Spencer. I'm playing Gal. She's a half-elf draconic sorcerer, and she's an archaeologist here to map out this dungeon. I'm excited. I like map making. I like going into dungeons, as long as they're not the Tomb of Horrors. It's gonna be a good time.
I feel pretty good going in. It seems to be a theme. I've actually done something like this before at a con for some people, so I have some inside knowledge, but not a lot.
I had zero expectations, so much that I didn't even think about the word sunless at all, or the fact that I wouldn't be able to see.
Level 1's fun. It could be better. We could be level 5. That's a little bit more fun, but I'm having a good time.
I've read through this adventure a couple of times over the last several years that Yawning Portal's been out, and I always told myself one day I'd run it. Never really came around to it. I never got super deep into it, so I kind of know what to expect, but also at the same time, there's a lot I don't know. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I can find down here.
So the old road passes to the east of a narrow ravine. At the road's closest approach to the cleft, several broken pillars jut from the earth where the ravine widens. Two of the pillars stand straight, but most lean atop sloped earth. A sturdy, knotted rope is tied to one of the leaning pillars on the side of this ravine. This is where you find yourself. This is the entrance to the Sunless Citadel.
This is a cool start, sort of an ominous omen that like someone has been down here before, and we're sort of following in the footsteps of another party of adventurers that has come down here. What's the mystery there? Where'd they go? Do they have anything to do with any of the things going on in the dungeon right now? This is a good start.
I know that probably so many people or things have climbed this rope. There's no way that it's lasting this long. No way. I'm not going first. It's gonna break if I touch that thing.
After the Tomb of Horrors, Emma is not wrong to be suspect of everything. It's not really a trap. It's this really cool introduction into the dungeon. Bit of narrative that we're getting right out the gate.
I will test the rope, ensure that it is safe going
So
forward.
we don't get Bridge of Terabithia.
Exactly. That incident at the Bridge of Terabithia is something that must be avoided.
Everyone's like,
Yeah, I mean, Argent will rappel down the side.
Argent, you reach the bottom. A sandy ledge overlooks a subterranean gulf of darkness to the west. The ledge is wide but rough. Sand, rocky debris, and the bones of small animals cover it. A rough-hewn stairwell zigzags down the side of the ledge, descending into darkness.
This looks like the start of a goddamn Dark Souls game.
Before you have a chance to do anything, scrambling out of some of the debris nearby are three giant rats that jump out and attack you.
Oh boy, if I died to a bunch of rats, that would be so awesome. You know, it makes sense that I would go from Chucky, who is always, you know, perceiving, investigating, searching, and seeing. And then I just go to Argent, and immediately that goes out the window.
In the last episode, rats were good, and now rats are bad. So I'm a little confused.
So in this dungeon and in this episode of Dungeon Delve, we've got a lot of little combats all over the place. So throughout this video, I'm going to keep them to like vignettes where I explain what happens and you'll get the gist of it. However, there are some really high stakes, very intense combats during the session that you get to see all of. But if you want to witness every tiny detail, every dice roll, every rules clarification that we did in this episode, you can watch the full 4-hour VOD down in the description below. Scrambling out of the bones and piles of debris and attacked you. One of them tried to attack you and just completely missed. And you well up this cold energy, your breath weapon, as it blasts across all of the rats. They seem nearly unaffected. They take like 1 and 2 damage, and they're just like blasted with frost. They turn, go to hit you again, and as they're scurrying towards you, one of them gets sniped by a firebolt from Gal. He just takes one out, it falls off the ravine. The second one gets shot with an arrow as Fontaine takes out the second one. The third one gets to you, bites into your leg, and how much health are you at now?
I'm bloodied. I'm
You're
at
bloody?
5 hit
You're
points.
at 5 hit points. This is a terrible gnash into your leg. You scream out in pain as it pulls out from you, and as it goes back in to attack and you're getting ready to defend, Steven hits it in the face with an arrow.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a 16 to hit? 16 would not hit.
Oh, why not?
Because I have a shield that I forgot about. I'm sorry.
All of you guys think that he's been bit. You're like, he's dead.
Rabies.
And Steven, you take the shot. The arrow hits the rat dies. You guys are out of combat. Everybody gets 18 XP. We're using XP. That's how the default adventure works. That's how default 5e 2014 D&D works. So that's what we're using. We're living up to the namesake today.
The XP thing's a little weird. We're just killing rats, and eventually we'll kill enough rats that we'll be level 2.
I thought I might have been a little cooked there. Honestly, if I had died to a bunch of giant rats, I don't know, man. I probably would have walked out.
I'm gonna scurry down.
It's a good shot.
I'm gonna try and hold the rope steady for Gal.
Okay.
Thank you, Arjun. I appreciate it. I'm gonna make sure he's okay.
Oh, I'm fine. It'll take more than a few rats to best this servant of Lathander.
I thought the blood on the floor was yours. I was worried.
Oh, please. These creatures are beneath me.
They are now.
Haha, true.
I just want to point out that I think we all made more investment in our level 1 character than a level 20 character.
You guys never talked like this in the gym before.
We're really into it now. Look, this is also our 3rd time waking up at 9 a.m. to play D&D.
Yeah.
I feel prepared.
Yeah.
I think I can do it. I can
That's
do
awesome.
it. I can
That's
do
awesome.
it now.
You coming down, Steven?
Guys, I'm a little bit scared.
It's okay, Steven. I did it.
Yeah, I'll shed a little light on the situation, and I'll cast light on myself.
Right on his eyes.
You
Okay.
guys can see.
Yeah, right in between Steven's eyeballs.
So you hold a flashlight to your eyes. You got a little blue spot.
Now I am blind.
Close your eyes, Steven. Close your eyes. It helps me.
Let God guide you down this road.
Okay.
How much bright and low light does your light make?
2020.
Call Lathander my optometrist because he helps me see 20/20.
All right.
That's pretty
All right,
good.
Arjun.
That's funny.
Save some for the rest of us. Go on.
So we're already getting into one of my favorite parts about playing below level 3. Basically, because you don't have a million solutions to everything, you don't have a spell that you can use in every situation, you really have to get creative with how you solve certain scenarios. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that at higher levels, but going down a pit or descending down a rope or fighting some rats requires you to really use the tools that you have around you. It's really interesting to see how players think when they don't have everything at their fingertips. Steven,
Yeah, I go down.
you go down?
Yeah, very
You-
carefully.
You very carefully make
Also,
your way
he
down the
has
rope.
a drum and bagpipes, so he's like carrying all these instruments, and he's like, it's making a lot of noise.
Every time you go down the rope and you push and you, it's not that loud, but it's like every time you move,
Echoes
it's like,
in here.
and then you make it to the bottom.
Gesundheit, Stephen. All right, we are here. Shall we press forth?
think so.
There is glory to be had.
You make your way down the steps. A fortress emerges from the darkness. The subterranean citadel, though impressive, seems long forgotten. If the lightless windows, cracked crenellations, and leaning towers are any indication, all is quiet, though a cold breeze blows up from below, bringing with it the scent of dust and a faint trace of rot. Effectively, what the Sunless Citadel is a fortress that once was on the surface and then fell into the crevice. You guys have gone down into the crevice, gone to the top of the landing that you were at, went down a staircase, and now you can see the entire fortress like basically below you. The narrow stairs empty into a small courtyard. Apparently the top of what once was a crenellated battlement. A tower stands on the west side of the courtyard, which is directly in front of you. It's kind of circular. There's a door directly in front of it.
It's still new, but as a concept, it's pretty badass.
Usually for dungeons, they're just like some hole in the ground with the walls built in. This time, the dungeon was on the surface, then fell into a crevice in the earth, and now we've got to search it. That's kind of metal, honestly.
This place is very large. My little brain quite can't understand how it has fallen in this little ravine that's like this wide, but the thing is this big and now it's under. I don't know, but it's down here.
This is going to be a lot of pen and paper, a lot of map making. I'm having a great time. Gal has pen and paper out, and she's sketching this entire room.
Let us venture inward.
With the plot hooks and the immediate narrative aspect of the Sunless Citadel, this dungeon has a very narrative-forward momentum in the beginning, which is why I was so surprised everybody was already role-playing and investigating and getting really into their characters in the beginning. Well, that was fun. Time for traps. Argent, as you walk forward, the floor underneath you opens. Fall into a pit. Roll it.
He was so handsome, and now he's
Argent,
dead.
you take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, he's
You
fine.
fall on the ground.
Ow.
I'm missing Chucky right about now.
Oh boy, this is giving me flashbacks to the last Dungeon Delve episode, but so far it's only been 1 trap, so I think we're okay.
In the pit, you see 2 goblin skeletons.
Yeah.
You turn it's right in your face, and then you're like, okay, and then you turn to your left, and there's another one. But on top of this one, reach from behind the skull, tearing off a piece of like hair and skin, is a giant rat that
Oh no!
attacks you. Everybody roll initiative.
These freaking rats, man!
We roll initiative with a single rat, and Jack, as Argent, kills him in 1 turn. But you stand up, take your mace, and crunch it into the ground, and it is dead.
Haha! 6 XP for all my friends.
Okay, well let's we'll all have to work together to get him out, I think.
Oh, but a heave ho.
Yeah,
Who's heaving hose up there?
Don't worry about it.
3 of us.
I'm starting to really like pit traps. Not because they're annoying or because they're funny or because I strangely get a lot of enjoyment out of them. There's something about just a hole appearing underneath you that is just so endlessly entertaining. Whether you're level 1 or you're level 20, everybody needs to work together to get somebody out of a pit. It's honestly a great team building exercise at the beginning of any good module. Just throw a character into a pit and watch as everybody else goes to save them, and you're already bringing the team closer together at the cost of everybody being angry at the DM.
We all go.
Okay. Everybody roll an athletics check.
All of us?
No, not you.
I got 10.
What'd you get?
Natural 1.
What'd you get?
Natural 1.
So 0.
You got...
You can start pulling now!
You literally feel like... And you, Steven, you give heft, and you nearly pull the both of them over as the 2 of you are providing nothing.
Oh, my hernia.
He is in full armor, a shield, and everything. He is not coming up. And then after a few seconds, the pit lid closes.
Hello?
I'm gonna
You can hear him, but it's
Hello?
like, it's like,
Hello, my strong companions.
tap on it. Try to get it to open back up.
it's not giving. You got to give it a lot of weight.
No, I'll just fall. I'll just step on it. I just fall.
You just step on
Yeah.
it.
Argent, prepare yourself.
It opens.
Can I catch her?
You can try to catch her with a dexterity saving throw. That's fine.
6.
I'll catch you!
She falls behind you.
Oh!
Thank you for trying.
I'm
You take 1 damage.
Ow.
so sorry, my dear.
It's okay.
I really can't be the only DM that finds failure like this so fun. Look, I love players succeeding and being cool and awesome and defeating foes and being heroes, but that doesn't happen if they're not failing every so often. It builds character, and it's funny.
If I could just jump out, this would solve a lot of problems.
And then you guys can pull me out. Mm-hmm. Well, he's real strong though.
With Argent's help, for sure.
Huh, well, I try.
All of us are like,
And he's like,
Oh, you mean these babies? Well.
We had to get him out of there. Gotta free him.
Arjun's like 6 feet tall, so he can jump 8 feet. Can I attempt an athletics check to jump even higher?
yes, you can.
Haha. Oh, that's so high. 21.
You get your hands right on the edge, and you pull yourself up, and you are now out of the pit.
Quickly, Gal.
You are still in the pit.
Do we still have the rope out?
Yeah.
Lady Gal, grab on the rope.
Roll an athletics check. A 10 does it. You pull her out.
How many XP do we get for that?
Yeah.
None. You don't get anything.
Oh.
But we work together.
Are you
to
all right?
solve- I'm fine. Thank
We
you.
use the power of
Right,
friendship.
good.
I think that's dumb. You should totally get XP for solving a trap. And I should say that this is old philosophy here. There's a lot of rules here that I'm not a big fan of because honestly, the 2024 rules kind of slap. I really like the new jumping rules and there's some easier clarifications on some things. But more specifically in the starter set, like in Lost Mines of Phandelver, you do get XP for completing traps and little puzzles and things like that. And that's the way to do it. Unfortunately, that is not something that is present here in the Sunless Citadel, but it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Could I check the door for traps?
So he
It is a wooden door.
Well, you know the old aphorism, if it's oaken, it's
broken.
broken. Get in there.
This circular area is cobbled with cracked granite, upon which sprawl the bodies of 4 goblins, apparently slain in combat. One corpse stands with its back is against the western wall, the spear that killed it still skewering it and holding it upright.
Very cool setup. These goblins have been killed by something. Who killed them? Was it a previous party of adventurers that set up the rope? Is there some other force down here that we don't know about? This is enticing.
Let's make over the
What killed
Door
these
here.
goblins?
The investigation reveals that the 4 goblins have been dead for quite a while, and rats have gnawed at them. Their bodies have also been looted.
rats. The rats are armed.
Can we tell what killed them?
Yeah, how did they
like,
die?
Is there like a certain make of these spears that like maybe they're
No, the spear is still on the wall.
The spear that impaled that goblin, right? Can I pull up the spear?
You pull out the spear. You're not sure. It just looks like a normal looking spear. However, when the goblin skeleton falls onto the ground, there are letters on the back of the wall behind where he was stabbed. They're written in Draconic.
Ah, I can read Draconic. I'm a
I
Dragonborn.
hope so.
The Draconic language reads a name. Ashardalon.
a shart a lot.
and
I shart a lot.
Stephen, now's not the time.
I apologize. My humor. This is no place for humor.
These goblins were killed. Do any of us recognize the name, or like, can you make a roll on
You
them?
can roll a history check, yes.
History.
25.
Okay.
Whoa.
I
10.
got natural 20.
15.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense that the Dragonborn and the Bard, who you know countless tales, would know the history of this name.
Stephen recognizes it. I'm feeling a little dumb.
There is a lifeless area near the old road, near this place, called the Ashen Plain. This Ashen Plain is completely lifeless. Like, nothing grows there, nothing lives there. You both know that that desolation is attributed to the long ago rampage of a dragon, a red dragon, named Ashardalon.
I don't know. I kind of like a Chardalon or something. As a player, unfortunately, I rolled like dog on Fontaine's roll, so I'll have to play stupid.
A Chardalon of a Chardalon's stride. And that board game. Cool.
I see that glint of recognition in your eyes, Stephen.
It's the name of a dragon.
Yes, a dragon most terrible.
What kind of dragon?
A red dragon by the name of Ashardalon. Why his name would be written here and in the Draconic language, I do not know. A mystery we can perhaps unravel.
Unfortunately, you guys find nothing else on the corpses of those goblins.
Only nod bones.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
There is glory and light to be brought to this sunless place. Gal, what do you think?
How about this one?
Gal, you make your way over to the door and open it.
Can I look at the door first?
You
You
look
gonna
at,
piss on the door?
Can I?
it's a door.
Is it a trapped door?
You can roll perception or investigation.
14.
Looks like a wooden door.
Wooden door. Push or pull?
It pushes and pulls.
Oh.
The Tomb of Horrors has just
Fried our brains.
Yeah.
fried your brains. This rune chamber stands empty of all but a litter of rocky debris. All right, which door are you heading through?
How about
Of course.
It's not a Dungeon Delve episode if Jacob doesn't goof. I just forgot that the door was locked because this is a cool little indicator on Roll20 that normally tells you when a door is locked, but it wasn't there for some reason because this is old and they haven't updated it. So we did open the door on accident and then I went, oops, and then we went back for a second. So this whole next section is Fontaine trying to open the door with some thieves' tools. The stone relief carved door sealing this chamber portrays a dragon-like fish swimming.
I feel the engraving.
Like, oh, it has to be a small chamber behind that door.
Yeah. If only I knew what was inside
when
it.
you go to the door, it is locked.
Perhaps.
could you unlock it?
I could try. Space, please.
No, of course. Give the man some room to
Would
work.
you like some ambience to
Please.
go along?
I would love such.
He starts playing his drum.
17.
This is a really tough lock.
I have one job. One job as a rogue. It's to open a door. And I've failed. You know, it's almost as if I put like a really low stat in my core skill. Like, maybe I should have had more points into Dex.
So it turns out that Pepper put their expertise into sleight of hand because they assumed that was thieves' tools. And technically, thieves' tools is its own skill that you need to put expertise into. So, yeah. As
Only I
you're
put my
getting
expertise in
into it,
thieves' tools. I throw them on the ground.
You quit
I should have stayed in school.
and not
what did
become
you
a
put your
thief.
expertise in? Stealth?
Sleight of hand because I thought that was lockpicking.
Oh, if that's what
It
you,
don't matter. It's all the same.
sleight of hand has no purpose here.
Well, that's all right. We learn from our mistakes. Even if
It's gonna have no
I see.
purpose.
I see.
It's
We
gonna have
further
no
the
purpose.
plot. Hang on.
You're not gonna be able to get anywhere.
You know, DM, I was actually wrong. I misread my written character sheet. I did have it in Thieves' Tools. So now that would make it, well, that's not going to break a 20, but it is a 19.
That still doesn't have no.
Do you have any bardic inspiration you could give me?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Louder, louder.
Are you
Faster,
gonna use
louder.
one of your bardic inspirations?
Yes.
What's your charisma modifier? Emma?
Did you not put?
Emma.
Emma, you're a bard.
You're playing a bard without charisma?
Steven's a bard. I never said he was a good bard. He just knows how to play music.
Okay, well, you can use it once.
Yeah.
Wait, well, hang on, Steven.
This is your one bardic inspiration.
I feel there's only a 5 by 10 by 10 room behind this door. Maybe we should waste it here. I peep at the door.
That is a regular wooden door. It is not locked.
I close my eyes and feel the door. Is it still wooden?
Yes.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Is it still wooden?
I piss the door. 20.
It is a door.
Goddamn.
Listen,
I go, oh! It's a pull.
this ruined chamber stands empty of all but a litter of rocky debris.
Perhaps there's something hidden here.
Oh, you would think that, wouldn't you, Argent? But it's not. It's not. There's nothing here. Nothing. Party looks around, investigates perceptions, and there's nothing in this room. In fact, there are so many rooms in the Sunless Citadel that are just denoted empty room that they give them their own number. If a room says 13 on it, that means it's empty and there's nothing in it. Now, I understand that sometimes we've got to have connecting hallways, but this is just an offset from another hallway that's in here. I don't know if this has to do with the architecture of the building or something like that, but I don't understand the point of an empty room. There's literally nothing that comes of it. And do you know what that does? I think Steven can sum that up.
This was a waste of time.
Is that another dragon?
Yeah.
Detritus.
Our Charlotte's ancient foe.
Detritus.
Detritus.
Regular door?
It is a regular
All right.
wooden door. There is nothing strangely involved with it.
It's interesting how Fontaine always feels up the door. No!
There's a man in there.
I point at him.
I point at him.
Do you make your way in and point at him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I do come in and I'm like,
Crudely executed symbols and glyphs, scribed in bright green dye, decorate this large and irregularly shaped crumbling chamber. A large pit in the center shows evidence of a recent fire. A metallic cage in the middle of the southern wall contains a gaping hole and stands empty.
Guys, there's a big gaping hole over there.
Stephen, please never say that again.
I want to stick something in
No,
it.
you do not.
Can you guys
5
leave
minutes
the
ago.
room for a minute?
Stephen, there is no glory in this. There's no honor.
No glory in hole.
There's no glory in that hole.
A small wooden bench draped with green cloth is next to the cage, and several small objects rest on it. A bedroll lies near the wooden bench, and the sound of whimpering comes from inside it. You hear?
Inside the bedroll? Oh.
No.
Down in the back.
Who's crying?
Someone's crying. I don't know who, but they're in that little sack, and either someone's gonna peep in that, or I'm gonna throw a dagger in its back.
Hello? Who's here? Why are you crying?
This is either a new friend, or potentially this is like a Left 4 Dead witch situation where like oh, what's wrong? Crying person in the corner. Oh no, we're all dead.
Ew, what is that awful noise?
Hey, buddy. You okay?
And out of the little bedroll, you see a kobold.
Hey, you're all right.
You notice that he has like numerous obvious scars on his body.
Oh, come on.
I live here.
You live here? Where's everyone else?
Back there.
Who are you, little creature?
My name is Meepo.
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 Truly a hero.
Oh, hi, Meepo. Why are you crying, buddy?
Meepo. That's a dumb name, Meepo.
Oh, Meepo. I hope you live.
See? New friend. Potentially.
Why are you crying, Meepo?
The wretched goblins stole Calstrix, our dragon.
Oh, Calstrix. Okay, so it's not the other dragon. Maybe they're related? We could find this dragon, win some favor with the kobolds. Where?
Meepo, calm yourself.
We can help you
Take a deep breath.
We could help you get your dragon back.
You can?
Yeah.
This would make Meepo so happy.
Well, you'll have to tell us a little more about this dragon.
They got a dragon down here? Like a dragon? Looks like I got some competition.
What do you want to know?
You have a dragon? That seems like a very good place to start.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, we did.
Cool.
Well, obviously. Okay. Meepo, deep breaths. No, deep breaths. Okay, a little better.
He passes out. I'm just kidding.
You say goblins.
Hi, yes.
Where are the goblins?
I'm not really sure, but Eustrail knows.
Eustrail.
I can take you to meet Eustrail, our leader. If you make nice.
We have been nothing but, except to the rats. But.
Can I investigate this?
Yeah, on that, the bench serves as a sort of tiny altar. Resting on it are containers of green dye, a paintbrush made of goblin hair bristles, 4 tiny jade figurines of dragon worth 15 gold pieces each. You take them?
No!
Don't take them from
Meepo
Meepo.
says, give those back, put them back.
We had to put them back. If Meepo's over here, I'm like, you have to put it back. Put them back now.
I put 3 back. and
That's
then
smart.
take the 4th one.
Roll sleight of hand.
You
son of a bitch! 16! Meepo rolls a natural 20, and he's like, there were 4.
Oh, very sharp, Meepo.
Steven.
He takes out a knife.
Steven.
Now.
Okay, Meepo. Put it back.
I don't ever want these characters to go away.
Meepo, I'm gonna get you later for this. I will.
I love these interactions so much. We're not throwing down Zone of Truths. We're not commanding characters. We don't got crazy abilities that we're using. We're just our level 1 characters talking to a stupid kobold. I feel like a lot of high level characters tend to have that, big energy when they go into talking to any sort of NPC, and I like that the playing field here is kind of leveled. Meepo can pull out a knife, and it's not good if Steven gets stabbed. These are interactions you really only get when you're below level 3. He walks you down this hallway. He leads you all the way into this room.
Jesus.
Oh my
Oh my God.
Oh my lord.
Don't touch the columns, guys. They'll make you anti-grav.
I feel
Level 1, action economy is the winner here.
You see a number of kobolds in here. A short throne stands near the west wall, constructed of fallen bits of masonry stacked against an old altar. On top of the altar is a variety of small items.
Whoa.
The portion of the altar that serves as the throne's back features a carving of a rearing dragon. Underneath it, you see a kobold in fine linens.
I am Eustrail, leader of the kobolds here.
She's Galen. We're the pals.
Hello.
The goblins stole our dragon. If you return Calstrix to us, I shall grant you a reward.
Once again, the Sunless Citadel is fantastic at introductions. The characters have kind of found a whole lot of nothing, but they have found some locked doors. And when they finally come into somebody of power, like a kobold leader, she not only has magical items, but a key as well. This is great showing and not telling. The characters have encountered rooms that are locked, which leads them right into Eustrail giving them the quest so that they can go explore more of the dungeon, come back, get the key, and explore even more of the dungeon. I didn't need to tell my players that getting keys and finding magic items was important. They just discovered it by themselves, which really I gotta hand it off to the Sunless Citadel. This introduction is amazing. But now the players have a reason to go fight some of the goblins that they've heard so much about and potentially recover a dragon.
I kind of figured there'd be goblins, but they're all kind of dead already. So I don't know what's happening, but I'm really interested to see where this is going.
Okay, there's dead goblins. Now there's kobolds. The goblins came and stole the kobold's dragon, and then they left, but they're just down a hallway? So unless we're going really far down, it's a little strange they're all kind of just living next to each other and stealing each other's things. You'd think they'd kill everyone at some point, like go to war. They just haven't yet.
I feel like this is such a step up and sort of shows the way that designing dungeons and adventures for D&D and tabletop games in general changed between the 70s and when 3rd edition had its release, because now I feel like we already have so much more to work with than this vague idea that like, oh, we're down in this tomb and we're searching for treasure and we're going through traps. This is like, we're going into this dungeon and we're looking for another party of adventurers, but there's also 2 different factions down here, and they are typically seen like they're more monstrous races that normally I feel like 1st edition players would walk in, murder, and take their Now we're helping a group of kobolds get their dragon back from a goblin, but we don't really know the full story with the goblins. This is some nuanced storytelling. This is what I'm here for.
Meepo can accompany you if you desire.
Oh.
What sort of reward are we talking here?
You may have any 2 of the items on this here altar.
Oh.
I'm like,
You see, there are like 3 spell scrolls. You
like,
see a flask that looks like it has some sort of liquid in it. And you also see another item on top. It's a tiny metal object that looks like a feather.
Oh.
What about that key?
You could also have the key. Or, if you want the key right now, 50 gold pieces.
This is another thing that always irks me about dungeons and modules, is they'll give the players random art objects or gold and loot and then have like nothing to use it on. Like, yeah, cool, we can leave the dungeon, go take all this gold and then go buy a magic item, maybe. But right in the beginning, the players have something that they can spend money on. So any treasure that they find in the dungeon is going to be useful to them.
50.
I don't have that much
Goodness
money.
gracious me.
Who knew?
so
I spent it all on my bagpipes.
Yes, bagpipe maintenance is rather expensive
Steven.
these days, isn't it?
It quite is. The
gotta get my pipe oiled.
Economy's in shambles.
inflation.
Inflation. Yeah, I had to pay to inflate it. I paid some known tingle to blow my pipe.
Yeah, me too.
Origin.
I don't-
I don't know why
I
that
don't
ever
know
was
what
that.
you-
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
I didn't know you also had bagpipes.
So we can receive.
Oh,
So we can receive the key as a potential reward for finding your wayward dragon.
If that is what you would desire.
Do you know what the key opens? We found a door to the south that had a dragon lock on it. Does this key open that door?
I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, where
you've
can
never
we
tried
find
it. You live here.
Where can we find the goblins?
Okay.
She like thinks for a second.
Don't give her the idea.
Maybe the key is not for sale.
Oh, Okay.
Way to go, Steven.
God damn it, Steve.
In the corner, Steven.
Face.
Look at you laying down the law.
Sometimes we put Steven in the corner when he says silly things.
He deserves it. He knows what he did.
This happens a lot. Steven has some behavioral issues that they're trying to fix, and he gets put in timeout a lot. It's not fun for him. He kind of sits over there and twiddles his thumbs, or he tries to play his instruments, but he got in trouble for that too. So he's not allowed to anymore.
It's kind of helping his behavior. You know, they tell you that timeout doesn't really teach them anything, but that's with children. He knows what he did is wrong.
Maybe if that's the only item you want, I'll give it to you.
If we bring back gold, can we buy things off you?
Yes.
Perfect.
Good enough.
Great.
That's all we would need to
Where
know.
are the goblins?
Meepo can show you the way.
All right,
Perfect.
Meepo.
Thank you.
Can I come out of the corner now?
Yes.
Yes.
A little longer. All right, now you can come out.
We should keep this party.
Entire time you were just staring at the
A little longer.
You haven't learned your lesson yet. Oh my god.
This is a stark difference. Tomb of Horrors. Oh, this is so much fun.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Holy
All right.
Meepo just stares at you.
Come on, Meepo. Lead the way.
To where?
The back hallway.
Oh. To get the dragon?
Yes.
Yes.
Meepo.
Yes.
What else would we be doing,
All right.
Meepo?
Is there anything else you guys want to do, or are you leaving with Meepo?
No. We follow Meepo.
I'm cooked.
Cooked.
I can't do anything anymore.
All right. Here's where Meepo leads you. He
Okay.
points to that one. He's like,
That one.
All right.
Is there anything we should know, Meepo, before we
I've never
continue?
been over there.
You lead the way, Meepo.
goblins. Why? No. Why?
I don't want to go in
Come
first.
with us.
Open it, Meepo. Just open it. See what's behind the door. I dare you. I hope it's something bad.
Roll a persuasion check. Whoever wants to roll that. Yeah, you. Go ahead, Bard. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go on.
Go ahead.
14.
Okay.
Meepo goes.
Ugh.
He goes over to the door and he's like,
Oh, Meepo.
Oh, he's frightened.
Go on, Meepo.
Scared. He's frightened.
Come on, open it up now.
throws the door open. Okay, so we skip a lot of stuff. So there's this entire room in here that has this hallway, and there's treasure in here, and there's rats, and there's traps, and then there's a big rat back here. There's also 2 fountains that give you potions, and then there's also a room with a door that leads you into a bunch of skeletons and zombies. I'm gonna quickly recap what happens because it gets really disjointed and it kind of goes all over the place. So basically, the party investigates the fountain, finds nothing. Then they go and fight the rats. Then they take a short rest. Then they go mess around with the traps. They try to jump over them. It doesn't go very well. They fall down one of them. They give up, go back, investigate the door, don't learn anything from it. Then they investigate the fountains again and find out that one of them has a fire breath potion in it. They get the fire breath potion and then they basically continue on.
Argent will go to the next door and he will open it.
A bell goes off. The door opens.
Dwarves.
You see a hallway.
What?
What in the world?
What look like a bunch of caltrops on the ground. Probably about 200 caltrops. You also hear scuffling.
Who goes there?
You hear nothing.
Can I pick them up?
Yeah, let's pick up 200 couch.
Yeah.
You want to walk in there and start picking them up.
Pull out a magnet.
Steven, you make your way into the room. On the northern wall, passage to the room beyond is partially blocked by a roughly mortared 3-foot-high wall complete with crenellations. 2 goblins pop over the side with bows and start shooting you. Everybody roll
Got a little
initiative.
bunker back there.
These goblins are a lot more fortified than I thought they were going to be, which is good because honestly, the kobolds are kind of a pushover so far. So I'm kind of glad to have some kind of adversary here.
So I don't want to immediately kill the goblins, even though they are actively attacking us, but I thought maybe we could make some kind of peace negotiation between them and the kobolds, but they just wanted to kill us.
I really like Spencer's line of thinking here, and I kind of wish it was more of a thing within the pre-written. If this wasn't Dungeon Delve, I think I would have run it this way. There is not a lot going in the Sunless Citadel that goes for like social encounters. Convincing the kobolds or the goblins or really anybody in this dungeon is just something that isn't present. I wonder if it's sort of a thing that they want the DM to make up, but they don't really specify, so I don't run it that way. The goblins just try to kill the players. That's what it says they do. But we roll initiative, the party fights the goblins, defeats them. Yeah.
You would be wise to surrender.
Meepo is going to use his sling.
Yeah, he does.
Ow! Meepo, you just son of a...
You just healed me.
I'm sorry!
Try again.
He gets a 21. You say you would be wise to surrender. And he stands up and he grabs onto the edge of the thing and a rock goes into his head and he dies. Yeah, when Fontaine says, no, Meeple, step back, he looks over at you, Steven, and he just goes like this. He goes,
Now Meepo. Stand in the corner.
he stands in the corner.
I'm going to start and go.
All right, you shovel all of the caltrops out of the way and you guys can walk
Don't
past.
you laugh, mister. You're on thin ice.
The way is clear.
All right.
Steven goes up while he's in the corner and starts playing his flute very quietly in his ear.
In his ear?
Yeah. Stay in the corner, Meepo.
Steven.
Stay in the corner.
Steven, other corner.
And Steven's working on his behavioral issues and trying to get along with other people, but Meepo just keeps pushing his buttons.
As you're perceiving the door in front of you, the goblin on the floor that was hit by Meepo's attack goes,
I swear to God.
He's still alive.
So there's this whole section. If the players like leave the goblins alive after they defeat them, then they can like interrogate them for information, which they were very clearly trying to get at. They were just trying to do it the opposite way around. So I kind of deviated a little bit. Forgive me. I had Meepo do an accidental non-lethal attack against one of the goblins, which is not something that you can do. It's not in the rules anywhere, so that they could have the chance to at least talk to one of the goblins, so they could get this kind of social encounter thing that they're very clearly wanting to do very badly.
Why surrender?
Where's the dragon?
Yeah, where's the dragon?
He's in there somewhere.
Very specific. Do you know anything?
He's behind the door.
How many of them are in there? Goblins.
So many.
Can you be more specific?
Are you able to be more specific?
1, 2, 3, 13, 14, 15.
A rough estimate.
A rough estimate?
Would have been
Well, am I
5.
supposed to know if I don't count? More than 17.
What a waste of time.
And this is really fun, just watching them sort of navigate interrogating this goblin. But they do ask, like, who the leaders are, which is a good question.
Dern. He's the chief of the Durbaluk tribe.
Is he a goblin like yourself, or a different
No,
variety
he's
of
an old
goblinoid?
goblin.
Always a hierarchy. This is my chance. I thought that it was too late to redeem these souls and show them the light of Lathander. But no, this is the silver lining in the cloud of violence that has fallen over the Sunless Citadel. Let me see if I can save some lives instead of taking them.
The light of Lathander shines for all, Goblin. Take this moment to go out of this place and find yourself a new life.
I stab him.
Steven!
I'm sorry.
Steven!
I didn't know you were
Steven, I was going to redeem him!
well, he had wasted my time.
Steven's known to hate people that waste time.
I wasn't going to let him just get away and run off. He's going to go tell the other goblins that we're here, obviously. I don't know why no one else in the party is thinking that.
I love Steven.
Steven, it takes time for the sun to rise. I could have shown him a better way. I failed in my duty.
Time I don't have.
I'm sorry, are you ill or something?
He looks off into the distance. And he's like... And that's it. He doesn't say anything.
Okay, Argent, you see a hallway and it turns off to the right.
Narrow hallway, don't like that. Fontaine, you want to scout ahead a little maybe?
Of course. Can I stealth?
Yep, roll stealth.
Look, I failed myself on the lockpick originally. I got to redeem myself somehow. I'm a rogue, so I'm going to sneak ahead and see what's up. A lump sum of 18.
Dozens of blunted and broken arrows lie on the cracked cobblestone floor, and a few protrude from 3 crudely sewn, human-sized targets hung along the center of the south wall. You see 3 goblins. As you kind of turn the corner around, one of them is shooting at one of the targets. Does not happen to see you currently. I imagine that you are up against the wall and you just barely peek around. They do not see you currently, and but if you move in, they totally will.
I will return back to the group.
Okay.
Slight hiccup. There's 3 of them across a parapet, and they're shooting at training dummies.
Me boo. Go kill them.
They haven't. They haven't
I'm not
noticed.
gonna kill them by myself.
Yeah, they haven't noticed.
I will surely perish.
No way to get around them?
You missed prove
There seems to be a
yourself.
door, but we'd crossed their line of sight.
Jacob, do I know what god goblins follow?
Roll a religion check.
You know, like Gibblegok or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, gibble.
Okay, that's good though.
Gluck, gluck.
They're praying. They're praying back there. No, interrupt them.
Dirty 20.
Yes, they worship the goblinoid god Maglubiet.
You are not wrong. You are not that far.
Glubiot.
Maglubiet.
Can I call out to them
Okay.
and tell them that their god commands they come this way?
Roll deception, and it's gotta
Okay.
be good.
Okay, 17.
Did you hear that?
And the other 2 nod.
What shall we do? He says, I don't know. Maybe you should check it out.
She's gonna say, follow my voice.
This is a cunning and somewhat sacrilegious gambit, but let's see how it goes.
I don't think goblins are this stupid. I hope not.
I love this so much. This is such a fun, creative solution to lure in the goblins so that they can get a sneak attack. Once again, we're being creative by just using our surroundings and our wits.
It wants me to come over there. All right, you go, and you tell us what it is. Okay. Oh, it's a...
So they are this stupid.
And where are you putting his body?
I'll put it.
In the corner?
No, hold him out like in Toy Story and be like, it's all good. Everything's okay. Guys, come join me over here.
Go this way. Go this way.
His throat slit.
Horrible.
They're praying over here.
Oh my god! The 2 goblins go,
What? What was that? It didn't sound good. Hey! Fizzrag,
That's good.
you okay?
Fizzrag's with me now.
That's just scary.
My lord, I'm not quite ready yet. I would like to continue living. I would like to not go into the light.
You're ready.
Wait.
This is your time.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna go tell the others.
No, get him.
I roll. I go.
okay, roll initiative. The party goes into initiative with the goblins, and honestly, they destroy them. They can't even get out to go warn the other goblins. They very quickly dispatch them, and it's pretty cool, especially for level 1 characters.
21 to hit. 9.
The dagger flies over, he grabs onto the door, and then it just hits into his neck and falls on the ground dead. You see a corridor.
Do I hear any rampaging?
You don't hear anything except for maybe a little bit of goblin speak behind this door.
Goblins behind that door.
Who walks up to the door first?
Me.
Fontaine, you step there, and the floor opens up. It is a trapdoor.
Shite.
And then as soon as you do, this door opens and a goblin is there and they're getting ready to come out to see what happened. Everybody roll initiative. Ha ha ha, another pit trap. And it alerts a bunch of goblins. Let's see how Fontaine gets out of this one. Fontaine.
I'm going to take out a piece of rope.
Okay.
And I have a Dungeoneer's kit, so I'll take a hammer.
Okay.
And I'll throw it around this middle strut.
Oh, that's
I'll wrap
really
around.
smart. Perfect. Yeah, you
And then that's by my action.
you can
Oh, by movement.
you can use your movement. You can use all of your movement to climb up and get up.
I
Perfect.
just sit and A-okay. Oh, there's goblins in here.
Nice work, Fontaine.
I knew I smelled goblin.
That's so creative. I feel like a higher level character would either just have a solution for this or would try to use one of their many different abilities to get out of the pit, burn a spell slot or something like that. But Pepper ends up using what's in their character sheet and uses this really creative solution to get out of the pit.
There are aspects to being low level. It makes you kind of more cautious, encourages a lot more verbal communications so that nothing always has to lead to combat. And I think that when you find yourself in scenarios that you can't misty step out of or teleport or do whatever, it kind of forces you to look down at your character sheet and try and problem solve.
I think that level 1, tier 1 play has the highest stakes out of anything in 5th edition, because as you get to higher levels, you start to have more solutions to problems. When you're level 1, there's only so much you can do to figure stuff out, and you need to get kind of creative.
Echoing Pepper and Jack, it's exactly how I feel about it as well, and it's honestly kind of why I love it. But anyways, in this combat, they defeat all of the goblins. Steven unfortunately goes unconscious, and the party decides that they've used a lot of resources, so they're going to try to long rest. They double back into some of the emptier areas of the dungeon, which I guess I suppose maybe that's why there's empty areas of the dungeon now. Having safe places to rest, I guess, is a good reason to have them. And the book has me roll for like potential random encounters, but luckily they don't encounter any, and so they're able to get their long rest, but not without a sweet little moment.
I found these paints.
Wow. Are you good with them?
Mm-hmm.
Can you paint something for us? That'd be nice.
Do you want me to paint Meepo?
Oh, that'd be great.
I paint Meepo. I'm an anthropologist. I have lots of little tools, and some of those things include paint. So I did a little mural. I'm adding to the dungeon.
She's so sweet. There's a reason why she's the leader. So maybe Meepo's part of the group now. I can't wait to come back on my journey out and see that. Wow. We should all sit calling by the fire, watching Gal make this portrait of Meepo.
A little relaxing. Yeah, a little meditative.
Argent, you take the first watch. It's quiet in the dungeon here. Just hear the occasional like falling of rocks, occasionally skittering in the distance, the wind. And eventually time passes and you are able to go rest, and then you take the final watch where it's pretty much all the same. You guys wake up after your 8 hours of rest and you are long rested.
Amazing.
Meepo returns.
Oh, hello, Meepo.
Meepo, look.
Hey, I'm back. What?
Look at this portrait that Gal's done of you.
I painted you.
What? I'm sorry, portrait?
Yeah.
How crazy is this painting?
I don't know.
Did you do it on like the wall or?
I'll do it. I don't think I have like a canvas with me.
He looks at it and he's brought to tears and he's like, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that me?
It is you.
Oh,
Can't you tell?
yes. Wow. Thanks. You're a great friend.
You made Meepo quite skinny in that painting.
Oh, you're fat shaming me.
You wake up from your coma, and the first thing you do is fat shame a coma.
Yeah, you wake up.
It's him, all right. Welcome back to the land of the living, Stephen.
Now rested and ready to continue, the party does so, deeper into the dungeon.
Should we listen to these doors? See if we hear goblins?
Sure. 13.
You press your ear against it, and you can hear the rattling of chains and like a little bit of draconic speak on the other side.
Oh.
They said that it had a chain on it.
Gal,
Yeah.
come here. I think I may have found it.
But they said
it's
broke
speaking
the
draconic, so I don't know.
chain, right?
You hear like, do you want my morsel? You know, you can have my morsel. It's fine. Oh, okay.
I think there's kobolds in there.
Oh,
Brethren.
Did they capture any kobolds?
Yes, they capture us all the time.
Oh,
well then we should definitely
free
In
them.
fact, it's an often trade. We capture some of them and ransom them back to them, and the goblins capture some of us and ransom them back to us.
Well, you're not doing that. We
Well,
released a lot of
let's cut out the middleman and go free your people.
Seems like a waste of time.
You make your way inside. Squalor reigns in this low-ceilinged room. A large iron spike is driven into the floor near the door, and a small iron cage is set farther back. There are currently 3 kobolds bound with a crude rope to an iron spike, and there is a battered gnome who lies in the cage, which is almost too small for him. The kobolds just kind of look up at you. The gnome in the back of the room just says, hello?
people. Okay, that's good. My goal for this one is to find some missing folks. This has to be a path forward here.
Hello.
Could you get me out of here, please?
Yes, but only if you help us.
Of course, sure.
What species was Carowin, the matriarch from Oakhurst?
Human.
Damn. What is your name, sir?
My name is Erky Timbers.
Okay, Erky.
How'd you end up here, Erky?
Icky Jerky. That's
I,
what I'm
um,
going to call you.
He says, I would love to answer your questions, but not from a cage.
This guy's gonna die. He already got caught once.
Another, potentially, I'm assuming, friendly face down here. I'm starting to wonder if we're not going to recruit maybe a small party of NPCs to aid us in this endeavor, or if Erky's got some sort of beneficial role to play, whether it's sharing information or having access to certain spells or abilities that might be able to help us. I hope he's willing to join us.
All right, Fontaine, you make your way over.
19.
And he holds out his hand and he shakes yours. And he says, good to meet you, fellow. My name is Erky Timbers.
What are you doing here?
Months past, I was on my way to seek fortune and took the old road. My bad luck that the goblin bandits caught me. I've been here ever since. My deity's blessings have kept me healthy. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd be dead from starvation and abuse.
Have you seen 2 humans?
The goblins caught 3 of them over a month ago. They were captives with me and here for a while. They said their names were Talgan, Sharwin, and Sir Brayford. The goblins kept them in here only about a week before they removed them. Bellic wanted them, and that's the last I've heard about that.
Bellic?
I've heard the goblins talk about the Twilight Grove down below. A wicked old human called Bellic, a spellcaster, I suspect, tends an enchanted garden and harvests fruits from something the goblins call the Golthias tree. But they speak of it only in the most terrified of whispers. The enchanted fruit grows on the Golthias tree.
Oh my god, this is one of my favorite parts of the Sunless Citadel. Because it's written to be a introductory adventure for newer DMs, a lot of the information that you say as NPCs is written like a script that you can literally just read to your players. Look, I've been DMing for a long time. I love this so much.
There's so much lore here. So much to uncover. I mean, if I were making this module, I'd be like, here's all this important stuff. You guys have to know this. It would really suck if anything happened to us.
Erky Jerky is not what I was hoping to find as help, but something is something. I mean, he'll probably live and help us.
So let's just get this straight, right? We came down here because, we're looking for gold and glory, like any good adventurer should, and we're also trying to help Fontaine find these other folks for this lady he met, right? Now we're learning that not only is there this freaky dungeon down here that's connected to a dragon named Ashardalon, who's some scourge of the realm, we've also got faction of kobolds that want their dragon back, the goblins that are fighting with them that took their dragon, and now we're learning all of a sudden that the goblins are working for a guy named Bellic, who is harvesting the fruit of a Golthias tree? This is a adventure. I love it.
This is a problem. Things are getting
This is
more complex.
Yes.
But maybe with the dragon's aid, we might be able to do something.
Who are these people you're looking for?
Well, when I went off, as we were getting more supplies for this journey in Oakhurst, I went and spoke to a matron trying some sort of a double dip for us as we were down here, just investigating for Gal's map.
Of course.
Figured maybe we could see if there's any other work done. And a woman by the name of Carowin asked for her 2 grandkids back. They journeyed down with a group and not returned in over a month. So if we were able to
adds up.
Yeah, we're able to free them, she'd be willing to pay our group a substantial sum. And even if they are dead, returning their
remains.
Their signet rings would be worth even some as well.
What's this enchanted fruit?
The midsummer fruit restores spirit and vigor to those who eat it. The pale midwinter fruit steals the same. Bellic allows the goblins to sell the fruit on the surface, but I don't know why.
I don't know what's going on here with this tree and the fruit. They said that they're letting the goblins sell the fruit.
He says, I would love to join you as a temporary member.
You said your gods protected you. Whom do you serve?
I am a servant of light. I serve Lathander.
Ah! What's up, dude?
Oh, fellow brother. You seek light in the most lightless of places.
Ah, that is our calling, is it not?
I fear there is much darkness down here.
Then let us illuminate that
Only
shadow.
the most evil of things would pull a very place like this into such a place such as dark.
Well, then let's drag it out into the light.
Yes, we shall.
I'm just like,
The party frees the weird kobolds that kind of wanted to be traded back to their kind, and with Erky Timbers in tow, head forward, and they finally make it to the room where, by the goblins' report, the dragon resides. Oh, also the party got tired of having to split XP with Meepo, so they left him behind and kept Erky Timbers with them. They just kind of kept him in the room nearby. He didn't go all the way home or anything.
Mounted and stuffed animal heads adorn the walls. The mounting job is sloppy, and the assortment of heads include cattle, rats, and other not particularly impressive specimens.
oh.
A few grisly trophies share the wall with the animals, including a couple of kobold heads. Smashed and broken cabinets and small tables litter the periphery of the room, mute victims of some sort of rampage. A rusted iron spike stands in the center of the room, trailing a broken chain. Thin patches of frost coat sections of the walls, floor, and debris.
Oh, dragon's not here anymore.
Walked out.
This is looking kind of weird. I thought that they said that the dragon was in here, but the chain's broken and... Oh boy, did it get out? That's gonna complicate things a lot. Cool. All right, well, there might be something in this room.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around, investigate.
Where would you like to look around? Just around?
In these broken cabinets or whatever that have been busted open.
Yeah, roll investigation.
13.
You look around the room, Fontaine, and as you go over towards this small cabinet, you see a bit of treasure has begun to gather in a certain area.
Oh.
And it's like kind of behind this cabinet. And as you peer behind the cabinet, you see two eyes staring up at you, and the white body of the head of the white dragon wormling who looks up at you and just goes to attack you. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh!
Well, I guess I should have seen this coming.
Okay, we're doing this now? Now. Okay.
Oh boy. Hey, let's not attack us. Let's work this out.
Okay, this is good. We can talk to it. We have several options to talk in Draconic with this guy.
It's a white dragon. I know that they're not particularly fond of reasoning or banter, but let's see if this one's willing to listen.
Argent, it's your turn.
I am going to run over to
Okay.
the dragon, and I will say, "We are here to return you to the kobolds. Please do not resist." And he's kind of wait to see like if she seems to have hostile intent.
Do you speak in Draconic?
Yeah.
She kind of whips her tail around and she's like, I'm not going back. Again, I feel like this just should be the solution here, but unfortunately the module does not give anything within this notion. It specifically says that Calstrix enjoys the position she is currently in and will not go back. She wants to terrorize the goblins and stay here and create a lair here. Otherwise, she just tries to kill anybody who is intruding. So there's not much in the way of any way to convince her to come with them. They can maybe get lucky and knock her unconscious.
Okay. Argent's gonna like step up one, like so he's like next to that cabinet. I'm gonna attempt to grapple.
Okay, roll a
Attempt to
athletics
grapple
check.
it. Ooh, not very.
She got a 19.
Yeah, no, she beats
You try
me.
to grab her.
Very
and
strong.
Very strong. The scales are ripped away from your hand as she turns to the other side, kind of uses her wings as a part of the movement.
Okay, well,
Fontaine.
that's it from me.
I feel like there should have been a check somewhere, but the module probably doesn't have that. I guess why would anyone want to talk to it? I don't know. I look back to Gal.
Do you just want to leave?
This is my lair. The goblins fear me.
The kobolds fear you too.
They put me in a cage.
Well, you can tell them not to put you in the cage. We don't need to fight.
She's gonna still attack you.
Okay.
Fontaine, what are you doing?
Damn.
This sucks. I would never rule it this way normally, but you know what? This is for game design science. We're trying to prove something here. This is the Dungeon Delve way.
We have no choice.
Okay, I will.
Non-lethal.
I don't have daggers. Oh, I guess it's the butt of the nut.
You can only non-lethal your melee weapon attacks.
Okay, I will attempt to do that then. Non-lethal attacks. 17 plus.
Oh, yeah, for sure. How much damage?
12. Total.
12. You go over and you right into her head, and she's like, "Ah!"
I'm sorry.
Steven?
I'm gonna drink my thingy.
All right. And that's your action to drink it.
Okay.
Erky Timbers takes out the spear and just goes to attack with it. He hits and deals 1 damage.
Hey,
Nice.
one's
bit helps.
better than
Gal?
I have a little dagger.
Okay.
I'll attack with that. Ooh, I got a 6.
Yeah, that misses, unfortunately. Calstrix looks around and she just says, your treasure will add to my hoard. She's going to do a 15-foot cone of an icy blast. Everybody except for Argent needs to roll a Constitution saving throw.
This could be really bad.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be pretty bad. I mean, dragon breath weapon, but this is a wormling, effectively like a baby dragon. Probably knock a few of them unconscious. What was the damage again?
What'd you get?
8.
8?
Yeah.
You fail.
6.
I was giving individual damages. Oh my, Steven, you take 32 cold damage.
He's instantly killed.
What's your maximum hit points?
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Instantly killed. This might instantly kill the
Steven?
whole party.
Yeah.
Steven, the dragon's breath weapon blasts across you. You freeze to a stone statue against the wall, and your life is gone.
Goodbye, Stephen, forever. You were a real one. My last words are, I knew this was a waste of time.
Oh, Steven!
I frozen like this.
Oh my god!
This is an ill omen.
Gal, what'd you get?
12.
This is bad.
Okay, we're all
You took
gone.
16 cold damage.
Oh, I'm dead too.
Instantly dead?
Oh yeah,
What's your maximum hit points?
You're gonna kill the whole
8?
party.
Yeah, you're gonna
What are
kill
your
all of
last
us.
words?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Gal just freezes over as well.
Bad.
Fontaine?
The whole damage.
You take 28
I'm instantly
cold
killed.
damage. Oh my god!
Do you like level 1? Do you like any of this? I mean, you like our pain, but when we come back as just carbon copies of our characters that don't know anything at all, level 1's great.
Erky Timbers. Erky Timbers fails. Erky Timbers takes 21 damage. He's unconscious, not killed. Holy
1, 2, 3. We got
It's just
RJ.
me!
They're literally all dead. Like, Erky's at least unconscious, but 3 of them are dead. If Argent would have been targeted with that, he would have likely been dead as well, and this would have just straight up been a TPK.
I don't know what Argent has to worship anymore. There is no god.
It's just me. I'm alone. It killed my friends. And Steven.
You know, Argent deserved to live. He's very faithful to his god. I think he'll live. He'll live through this, and he should.
This is why I wrote the Questonomicon.
Don't do a
top of
self
the round.
plug.
It's your turn.
Oh, what do I do?
3 of your friends are
Yeah, 3 of my friends are dead. Erky's gone.
Save yourself.
She says, hand over your treasure, cousin of mine.
Argent is gonna get the out of here.
Okay.
Argent's gonna go. Disengage. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Get across the. Slam that door behind me.
Meepo! Meepo!
You are currently out of combat.
Oh no, this is terrible. I didn't expect it to have such power for one so small. What do I do? And poor Erky, I've abandoned my brother of Lathander, my friends, and Steven. What do I do? I can't take this. I need to get out of here. I can't die here. There's still so much golden glory to get. I can't die fighting to this thing. What about my friends? What about their lives? Did they mean anything? Did they give up their lives for nothing? We found this danger down here. And I'm the only one left. It's up to me to see this through. But that dragon is too dangerous to live. I will destroy it or die trying. Argent will turn back and he'll open the door.
You stupid boy. You're gonna die. Don't go back in there.
Argent, you're our last hope. Steven doesn't really care anymore. He's dead.
He's gonna open that door. He's gonna pull his holy symbol out. He says, I serve the god of the dawn. I fear nothing. Is it my turn again?
We're gonna re-roll
Reroll
initiative.
initiative? Sick.
What'd you roll?
10.
That's first.
Uh-oh, that's not good. I
See if
might
she gets
just
her
die
breath
here.
weapon back. It's on a 5 or a 6.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hang on. There's hope. There's a lot of hope here.
She flies over towards you, and she's gonna make a bite attack against you.
Got it.
That is a 14.
No, that'll miss. That'll miss.
Bounces off your shield.
Sick.
It's your turn.
I will back up across the catwalk. I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Okay. 17.
Warding flare.
Okay. 10.
That'll miss. Oh. Light Domain Cleric, so underrated. I feel like I don't hear people talk about it enough. Not only do you get great blaster options like Scorching Ray and Fireball at higher levels, but at level 1, you get the ability to just reaction, potentially make someone miss an attack. That's huge. And it's paid off here. Thank you. Flash the light in her face, and I'm gonna cast, and on my turn, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on her.
Oh, roll attack!
That's good.
Come on, Argent.
That is a 17.
17 hits!
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
15 points of radiant damage.
She's nearly down.
That's
She's
good. That's
nearly
good.
down.
What will it take to stop you, monster?
Zarya.
Meepo's my only hope here. He's the one crutch that I have left to stand on. Erky's down. My friends are dead. So is Steven. And I just need some backup. Maybe he can make this dragon see reason or help me put her down. I'm gonna run down the hall and I'll say, Meepo!
Meeple's like, what's going on?
What is Meepo gonna do?
I'm gonna add his turn in. 12. He's gonna
Get
go.
out of here.
I'm gonna have him go right
Meepo.
now. I'm gonna have him go right
What
now.
a hero.
Meepo goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he gets here and he looks down and he's like, Calstrix, it's you. And she's and he's like, you can come with us. Come on, you can come with us. This is all in Draconic. And she's like, I'm not going back, Meepo. I don't want to do this. Don't make me do this. And he takes out his sling.
No, Meepo. You'll kill her.
And he's gonna ready to do a melee attack against her. if she comes within 5 feet.
Good boy.
Calstrix flies straight towards him.
Do it, Meepo. Do it.
Meepo attacks.
Go, Meepo, go.
Meepo gets a 14. He misses.
No!
Calstrix's turn. She tries to get her breath. Where's my D6? Gets her breath wet. Let's see if she gets it back. She does not get it back. She bites Meepo.
Okay.
His legs just like.
That's what happens.
He bites his head off. His legs
He
just like.
literally goes and misses, and she turns and snaps on his head. His head crunches inwards as she tears it from his body, and his
jeez,
headless
yeah.
body falls onto the ground.
God, Arch is just like,
Oh, Meepo.
Felt no joy doing that.
Oh, right. Even NPCs are level 1. I really wish he leveled more. I don't know if that would have really mattered. Well, rip Meepo.
Whew, that's gross. Sorry, friend.
Ooh, sorry about it. Meepo wasn't my favorite, if that comes as a shock to anyone.
am I doomed to outlive every single person I meet? Is this my fate? Am I going to join them in the thereafter? Is this dragon gonna kill us all? This is a level 1 adventure? What the heck, man? Oh, God. Everybody's dead. This is it. This all comes down to this. I have to do it here.
You gotta do it.
I'm gonna run up to her with my mace.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swing.
Roll attack.
Go.
Awful. 7.
You swing and she dodges out of the way. That opportunity to try to get her breath weapon back. 6. Roll it. Wells up and hits you with cold energy. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Boy. That is a 17.
17. Okay, you take half damage. But aren't
And I'm
you-
resistant to
to
cold damage because I'm a silver dragonborn.
You take 7 cold damage.
That's already half.
Already quartered.
Already quartered?
Already quartered.
my
It was
God.
30 damage.
I got 3 hit points left, y'all.
It's
Come
your
on.
turn.
Come on.
I succeed my save, and I have resistance to cold damage. 3 hit points left. It's now or never. How's she looking? Like rough?
4 hit points.
4?
Come on.
He gets blasted by it, and he's like, ugh, and he like pushes through it, and when he's still standing there, he says, the cold never bothered me anyway. And he'll cast Burning Hands on her.
That's cool. Dex save?
Yeah.
She gets an
Get it.
18.
Okay, that succeeds. Half could still do it.
Half could do it.
Half could still do it. You have taken many lives today, dragon. If I let you live, you may take many more yet. You cannot be saved. 13.
The flames erupt from your hands, and as they coat the rest of her body, she rears back, tries to fly away from the flames, but they catch onto her and burn her as she falls to the ground, twisting around until eventually just her head goes limp, and Calstrix dies. You gain 450 XP. You level!
But at what cost? My friends are dead, and so is Steven! And Meepo! And Urki! I have to save Urki!
You run to Urki.
I can't spare the dying on Urki!
You go over towards him, and he's like,
Urki, please, don't do this. Urki, spare the dying.
no, I'm gonna roll. Here we go. The first roll. I'll roll it out here.
Fail.
1 fail. 18. One success. 8.
1 fail. Or 2 fails.
He's dead.
You go to Urki. You go to your casting spare the dying.
Urki, please.
And he looks up towards you and says, do not cry for me. Argent, bring light to this place.
Alone? No, Ergy! Ergy!
He's dead.
As I clutch his tiny body. Oh, he takes a deep breath. He says, no, Ergy's right. My friends were right. There's something going on here, something terrible. I have to stop it. I need to find more. Yes, more brave souls. I will be back, Sunless Citadel, and I will bring more friends, and we will bring light to this place.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's game for now. Oh my god, this is insane.
I was having a lot of fun playing this, and it was great. I just really think that if we were maybe not first level, then we would have not died instantly. Yeah, but overall, it was a pretty good time. It wasn't as stupid as the Tomb of Horrors, so
I like level 1. I like level 1 to like 10. I think it's really fun. Past that, you're very powerful. But I think this specific dungeon would do a lot better if it wasn't XP and was more milestone, so you could level up maybe to 3 a little bit faster depending on where you go in the dungeon. Also, things like traps and negotiating with enemies and finding things, maybe that would give you a little bit of XP, because fighting a dragon at level 1 is nearly impossible based off the footage here.
I think there's gonna be a story here. Whenever and whatever happens, we have to have a part 2, right? Story can't just end here. It's gonna hinge so much on Jack, and he always delivers.
Argent failed today. He failed to defend his friends. He failed to protect his fellow servant of Lathander. He ran from his duty, and he was very tempted to leave the Sunless Citadel altogether. But to do so would be a disservice to his friends who braved the depths with him. It would be a disservice to everything he has learned as a cleric. I feel that he came into this place searching for gold and glory. He only found death and ruin. He's no longer concerned about personal glory. He's seen past that. He's walking into the new dawn of losing everything, and he's going to make sure that the Sunless Citadel claims no more lives.
Everybody dying sucks. I don't like it. It's not fun. Obviously, there's lots of ways that you can bring party members back, but if we're just running by default the Dungeon Delve way here, they're just dead and they're going to make new characters. I agree with Spencer. I think if there was an easier way to level up in this dungeon, it would have worked. It would have been a lot better. Even level 2, I think Steven still would have died, but like there would have still been more of a chance that this could be achievable. I think having more options to roleplay and convince maybe goblins, the kobolds, and the dragon would have been nice, but I can't ignore the fact that being level 1 is the reason everybody died. Balancing for level 1 is very difficult, and it is a part of the difficult nature of running lower level games. Unfortunately, this experiment has kind of failed. I really wanted to prove that level 1 is really fun because you get to see the progression of your character, where they start and where they get to end. And that can't happen if they just die. But there were a lot of things that we did get to accomplish with the Sunless Citadel today. I loved all of the creative options that everybody came up with to solve problems. They didn't necessarily rely on their abilities, their spells, or the game itself. They used their wits and some random objects that they had around them to solve their problems. They put a lot of thought into their characters. The role-playing was really grounded, and they felt really connected to the overall narrative of this dungeon, which kind of cool that the dungeon actually had a narrative. And I think this is the point I want to drive home with this episode today. Level 1 has a lot of merit. I don't think this is just worse level 3. I think if we did run this at level 3, there would have been very little challenge. The stakes wouldn't have nearly been as high, and there would have been some solution that everybody would have had to almost all of these situations. And even though everybody died, and that sucks, and there should have been more ways to go about some of these encounters, I like level 1 a lot, and I think this has proven a lot of the aspects that I think are really important to role-playing games. This is not where this story ends, though. Argent is going to need to avenge his fellow companions and get to the bottom of this Sunless Citadel. Thanks for watching this video, and make sure to check out for part 2, which will normally not be a thing. I'm gonna normally have these episodes together as one. It's the whole point. But unfortunately, this episode does need to be in 2 parts. Join us when we delve into the Sunless Citadel again, but at level 2.
I just realized if I had a nickel for every time that I have been the sole surviving party member of a dungeon crawl run by Mr. XP to level 3, and then had to solo a monster that was much higher level than me, and then gain a bunch of experience points after and outlevel everybody, I'd have 2 nickels, which is fine, but it's also weird that it's happened twice.
God, it's literally 6 a.m. These videos are a lot of work. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.